こんばんは、東京。元気ですか？クリシュエカードです。バウハウス大学。I will give you a presentation about the university. And I appreciate to do that because I lived for half a year in Tokyo and I visited Tokyo as well in this year in March. So I'm very happy to get in contact with people from Japan, and I feel so much with you about the Olympic Games. But probably someday you will come over to Germany to study at our university. And so now I will give you an idea of which degree programs we offer to you. Okay, what is this Bauhaus University? What I will tell you. I will give you an information about the special degree programs we offer, the location, Weimar itself, and where you could get in contact with us if you have any questions. So, just as an information for you, my colleague, Mrs. Lubk, she will be in the chat, and if you have any questions about the degree programs or application procedures or any questions about language requirements and so on, you can write it in the chat and either she will reply or she will send it to me and I will reply it at the end of this webinar. Okay, what is Bauhaus? The Bauhaus University was founded about 150 years ago as art school. And one of the famous alumnus of the university or of the school was Max Lieberman, well known as one of the impressionistic artists. This was his studio. It's also a building at our university. Today, architects work inside. On the basement, with this big windows, the studio of him was. So, an important step was when Henry van der Velde came to Weimar, because he brought handicraft to the school, and he also built a wonderful main building with wonderful studios and which give you a very, very beautiful atmosphere to work inside. The next big step, and that's where we got our name from, is when Walter Gropius came to Weimar to start his Bauhaus. So the fusion of handicraft and of art and of architecture, and he brought many important artists like Schlemmer, like Feininger, like Itten to the school to start something completely new and to start modernism in Weimar. After the Second World War, they focused on architecture and civil engineering. And so art played not that important role anymore, but after the reunification of Germany, the art department returned to the university. And since 1996, the name Bauhaus University was given to the university, and we also got the Faculty of Media. Last year was the 100th anniversary of the Bauhaus. We celebrated that very much. And so this is a traditional school, but a very open-minded and modern school as well, because modernism is still a part of the concept of the Bauhaus University. Okay, some facts about the university. There are about 4,000 students, which means it's not a big number of students. If you think of the conditions of Tokyo University, for example, but it's a small town and we are focused on art, architecture and civil engineering, which means for this special field, it's a good number of students. And as you can see, 30% of our students are international students, which makes a very international atmosphere and very interesting studies here in Weimar. So all the other things you can read by yourself. So I will switch to our faculties. There are 4 faculties at the Bauhaus University: Architecture and Urbanism, Civil Engineering, Art and Design, and Media. The first faculty of Architecture and Urbanism, is one of the biggest faculties in Germany, and the studies are design orientated, but also in a good balance with construction, because this is what you need as an architect as well. And they're doing urban planning, building theories, and try to include human beings and architecture. This is one of the things are on focus at the university. And of course, they try to do a modern, universal, and also on environment-focused education at the Bauhaus University. The degree programs you could study in bachelor is Architecture and Urbanism. If some of you wonders why these degree programs are written in German, the explanation is all of our bachelor degree programs are in German, which means there's a German level required from C1. So if you come over to study a bachelor's degree program in Weimar, you need German language knowledge. But on the other hand, this is the only thing you need to do to study here, because there are no fees to study at the university. If you enter the application process and you learn the language, you can study for free at the university. Architecture and urbanism, what's the difference? Urbanism tries to focus on the whole thing, so the city, for example, and try to find out what are the problems in the city and how they could solve it. And the architect is building the building that was missing, for example. They need to build new. So especially if you think of the infrastructure of Tokyo and how many things you did in advance of the Olympic Games, many ideas and many things of urbanism and architecture came together to do this and to make infrastructure, for example, better than it was before, even if it was good before, I can tell you. There are many master's degree programs, and you could see there are also degree programs in English. The English language requirements are mostly on a C1 level 2. It depends on the degree program. So you need to pass the English language requirements. You also need to bring or to submit when you study at an English language country. So language is the first step to come over to Germany and to the university. If you have any special questions about one of the degree programs, I would give you the advice to have a look on our web page of the university to get in contact with the subject-specific student advisors, because they can give you most of the information, especially of the degree, of the intention of the degree programs, and what you learn and what you need to bring for studying this degree program. Okay, civil engineering. It's also a big faculty with a tradition of 65 years. They are especially good equipped with laboratories, seminar rooms, and group rooms. So it's a good support situation for all the students who study here. And it's something between building materials, constructive engineering, and structural mechanics. So a typical faculty for civil engineering. Okay, I see there are some questions in the chat. So about computer science, I see. I think Mrs. Lup will try to give you some links to the website or maybe reply to you because I'm not at the faculty of media at the moment. But as you can see, the bachelor's programs in civil engineering here, it's the same as I mentioned before with the architecture degree program. So German language is required to pass and to get the letter of admission for your studies, and there are some English language programs, especially natural hazards, which could be interesting for people from Japan because it's a degree program which is also into earthquakes, how to construct buildings with all the special needs of earthquake protection, which I think is very much on focus in Japan. So that could be some degree program, and digital engineering probably as well, because it tries to combine engineering and digital things. For example, digital facades, or how to interact with architecture and computer. So many of the modern aspects of building are included in this digital engineering degree program. Art and design is our third faculty, and this is a very practical degree program focused on workshops and different technologies. You are working in workshops, for example, of wood, of metal, of printing. So it depends on where your qualification is and your interests too. And it's an interdisciplinary project studies. It means you don't study a technique, you are studying art, and then you try to find your technique and your material to work with. The degree programs we offer is a classical art degree program, Freie Kunst. We also offer a program to become a teacher at the secondary school, and there's also Medienkunst, Mediengestaltung, Media Art and Design. It's a degree program for people who would like to do something with film and audio and audiovisual things. It's a special part of the visual communication and also of product design, which more visual communication, I'm sorry. Product design is a second field of design in the Faculty of Art and Design, and they try to design things for everyday's life. It could be furniture, it could be a spoon, it could be cutlery in general, or some cupboards, for example. It depends on you and the project. So you do something in 3D and visual communication and media art and design. You are doing something in 2D. So, and more computer-based. So many things, especially in cutting films, is digital on the screen of your computer. For all these degree programs, we offer master's programs, and if some of you wonders why many of these are only 2 semesters, so as an explanation, in Germany we've got semesters, which is half a year. The winter semester always starts on October 1st and ends at March 31st, and the summer semester starts on April 1st and ends at September 30th. And so one semester is always half a year, which means 2 semesters, as I mentioned, after the degree programs, you could get in this degree program. So 2 means 2 semesters and 4 means 4 semesters. And if 1 semester is half a year, it means 2 semesters are 1 year and 4 semesters are 2 years. And the difference between the length of the degree programs is basing on the bachelor. So as you can see, many of our bachelors have 8 semesters, and so the masters are 2 semesters long. If you bring a 6 semester long bachelor, you will study 4 semesters in your degree program. That's especially the case in the English language program, as you could see in the Public Art and New Artistic Strategies degree program. The 4th faculty is the Faculty of Media, and they are also based on scientific things. So there are degree programs which are focused on media and reflection on media, but they have also technical and economic aspects. So it's a mixture of all of this. They also try to do a project studies, but of course it's different to those at the Faculty of Art and Design. The degree programs you could see here are in German too. There is Medienkultur, which is focused on media and the reflection on media. And there's also European media culture, Europäische Medienkultur. It's in cooperation with the university in Lyon, and you study in French and in German. So, and also there is an exchanging program within your studies. So you study 3 semesters in Lyon and for 3 semesters in Weimar. Informatic is media. So I'm sorry. I forgot. Computer science, of course. It's computer science. You can study in bachelor's as a bachelor's program, and in general, we only offer this media degree programs and master's programs in English, because most computer science degree programs and computer science in general are English language based degree programs, and the whole computer science industry is English based. That's why we try to teach it in English in the master's program. So that could be interesting, especially for international students. Okay, there's a list of all these degree programs you could find on our web page. I will send it to the chat later so that you can get the information there. So to get at the university, how to apply and how are the admission requirements? I will give you some very simple information, because especially for international students, you always need to send us your degree program from your bachelor's degree, so that we could check what you did in your bachelor and if it fits together with a master's program. So there are some of our degree programs in bachelor where you only need your high school diploma, and then you could apply and bring your language certificate. This is most important, especially for the bachelor's programs, but for the master's programs as well. As long as you don't submit a special level of language in German or in English, you don't get a letter of admission. we have also programs with artistic aptitude tests, which means you need to apply. You need to bring a portfolio. There is the aptitude test in Weimar, and sometimes there is also, if it's necessary, a conversation. The deadline is always by March 31st. So that's the month when you need to submit your informal application. The portfolio you send later. It depends on the degree program, but you will find that on our web page. You can see the URL below. So www.uni-weimar.de/studies. If you go on this website, you will find all the information, and you also get some links to the faculties where you could get more information of what they teach in the degree program. So it's easier if you check it by your own, as I tell you 3 hours about the things you could learn in the degree program. And you also find all the contacts you need, especially from the subject-specific advising, to get more information, and also to get information about the application procedure and the language requirements as well. There's also a PDF document you will find on our webpage, and you can download, where all the information of the application procedure are written down in general. But if there are special questions, you should write an email to the subject-specific advisory service. Okay, Weimar, where is it? It's located almost in the center of Germany. It's UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1996. And in Weimar, you've got most of the World Heritage Sites one city in Germany has. So it's a little bit like Kyoto for Tokyo, for Japan. For Germany, Weimar is, even if it's much smaller and the emperor doesn't live here. But in a cultural thing, it's a little bit similar to what's Kyoto to you in Japan. And much smaller. We've got only 65,000 inhabitants, but about 6,000 students, which means it's a very small town, a very pleasant town, a very, very secure town as well. And it's a very international town as well, because about 35% of the students are international. There's another university at the Music College in Weimar, and this college has also an amount of 45% international students, which makes a big amount in general in Weimar. Okay, I see there are some questions. I will answer them at the end of the presentation, because I will finish soon, and then I will try to get in contact with you by replying your requests. Okay, this is Weimar. It's not that small as it looks like here, but there are two centers where the university is. So there is the area about the Marienstraße, where also our main building is located, which was built by Henry von der Velde. And here is the Faculty of Art and Design, and also the Faculty of Architecture. So it's very close. Also, the students are close to and with each other, and you study in a very, very private atmosphere, which means you're not a number, and you've got good conditions to study in this place. These are the studios of the architects. So every semester you get a place in the studios, and then you could work there at each day and night time whenever you want to work inside. It depends on you. This is a view to the wood workshop. In all of our workshops, you do your work by your own. There are some workshop masters who could give you advices, who can help you. If you want to do something you can't do, you are not qualified to, so they will help you. But you can work by your own, on your own in this workshop, and could do a lot of experiments with different materials. All right, this is the printing workshop. There are some different printing printing versions you could do there. There's, for example, etching or lithography, so traditional printing things. Also, like a very modern printing method, the offset printing you can do in this workshop as well. There's also a photo studio to make art photography, but also to make photos of the products you did, especially when you are a product designer. So you can go to the workshops and do all the work by your own, as I mentioned before for the wood workshop. It's everywhere the same in each workshop. This to the university library, so you can also do research here at the Bauhaus-University, and it's a very modern building, and you've got a good amount of books and to research and to do homeworks for your semester works, for example. A very student place is the M18. It's the house of the students. It's where a small cafe is inside, and where all the students meet up with themselves and get in contact. So this is a very Bauhaus University place where you meet and talk to each other and communicate a lot. That's a view to the campus office. It's where my office and the office of Mrs. Lubk is. So if there are any questions, or if you are on a visit to Weimar, you can come to the campus office and could make an appointment, and we could talk about a degree program you are interested in, and could figure out if it fits to you or not, and if you could pass the application requirements and the language requirements as well. So feel free to come over, or of course, you can also write an email to one of our student advisors and subject-specific student advisors as well. Okay, the Faculty of Civil Engineering is located in another place of the city, but it's only 10 minutes walk away from the main building, and you could do all the experimental things in building materials, for example, as you can see here in this picture. So science and doing science in your studies is something that is much on focus at the Bauhaus University, especially in the Faculty of Civil Engineering. And they are also doing things like that, which is important at the moment. They've got a special camera to show you all the aerosols in the air. I think this is a very famous picture in Germany to show this in this Corona pandemic, how the aerosols are in the air if you breathe in and breathe out. So that's why I show it to you, because it was from the Bauhaus University and it was in media all over Germany. Okay, so studying is more than going to your lectures. We've got also a language center where you could learn languages. if you come over to Germany, or you can do a lot of sports at the university too. You can join the university sports center and join one of the sports we offer. And one important place is also the Center of Computer Systems, because you get an email from the university, and there are also the labs, which are important if you study architecture and you need to print the big plots of the plans of your projects you projected in the semester. So there are the printers, the plotters, where you could do or plot the plans. Okay, if there are any questions after this event, you can get in contact with the General Academic Advising. This is me, or the subject-specific advisory service, which is located at each faculty, and each degree program has a separate subject-specific advisor. The service you could get is at the campus office and the international office. They are in one building, so you could easily get in touch with them. But I think from your perspective, a best way is to write an email. If you are interested in housing, for example, this is of course very important for all the students, you get in contact with the Studierendenwerk Thüringen. This is a separate institution which offers housing, which is also responsible for the cafeterias and for the dining halls, and you pay a small amount of fee of about 200 euros each semester to get all these things from the Studierendenwerk Thüringen. I think now my presentation is finished, and now I will have a look into the chat because I think someone is asking, he wants to work in Germany as a designer. What should he do? So Luisa, probably that could be a question for you, because my colleague is from the career service. Maybe you could reply to him, or you can tell it now if you want.
Thank you, Christian. I'm at the moment writing the answer.
Okay. So I think you can also speak, because I don't speak anymore, if you want.
Well, I'm not sure, because I want to give him your email address. Because I'm sorry, he or she is asking which study program would be the best.
Okay.
And this is a question for you. But as Christian told you, the university has a career services. So I'm responsible for this, and I am providing, for example, a job board. So companies from Germany publish their job advertisements there, and I can help you with the application process. So for example, I can give you feedback to your documents and so on. We can also come into personal advice, and we can make kind of a strategy for your career entrance.
Okay.
Yes.
I think that's that's a good answer, because you can't tell anything specific if you don't see what he or she did in his degree program at the university.
Yeah.
I guess.
Right.
Okay. Are there still any questions from one of the participants here in the webinar, or not? So maybe you could write it in the chat if there is a question still. So if not, I can show you. I will give you some information from the web page of the university so that you could find easier where you get all the information from. So if you go on uni-weimar.de, you can switch on top to from German to English, and then you have this this navigation here, and you try to click on studies, and on studies are different things you could get information from. So, for example, digital orientation could be a good solution for you. If you click on it, there are different things. For example, the download area. I've mentioned it before. So if you click here on this digital orientation and you change the tab to downloads, you get all these brochures I've shown you before as PDF as a download. And you get also information about the university, and you get also information of what's special at the university if you study here. Below, there are some information about our faculties. And if you click on it, you will have, of course, some facts of the faculty at first. Here in this box are the contacts of the advisory service. So you can write an email to them and get some information about the degree program. A list of all the courses you can find here. And if you click on it, you will get to the degree program at the web page of the faculty. And there are also some interviews. Most of them are in German, because if it's a bachelor degree, you need to pass or to submit the German level. And here are also the downloads with all the degree programs and application things for each faculty. So I think you get most information which are interesting for you on this web page, uni-weimar.de/studies. This is the page where you could find all these information, and then you switch on top to English, or I think it is the English version. You will send to when you put this URL to your window. Okay. There are some questions. Yes, there are also PhD programs in architecture and in art and design as well. So please try to find all this information on the website in this digital orientation part, or you can also research at the academic programs web page. You will also find some PhD programs here in architecture, and in art and design you will find the PhD program as well. I think there somebody's asking of how you could find some works of students they made. I think there must be a kind of showroom at the web page of the university. I'm not sure if it still exists. Louise, do you know where the project showcase is now?
No, I can also look for it. But I had the idea you can also look into the Bison, which gives you an overview of the actual lectures and courses and their projects.
Yes, that's a good idea.
So maybe,
you can
Christian,
also,
you can show where they can find it.
so there at the top on top of our web page, you can find the course catalog, and then you directly come to the course catalog of the university, and then you could have a look to all the faculties and what do they offer, and then you can choose courses you are interested in, and you get an overview of all the things which are offered at the moment at the university. Okay.
But nevertheless, I will look for the link of the showcase. And maybe, Christian, I had another idea. Do you want to invite the participants to our study try week or the Inside Master program, which takes place in 2 weeks?
That's a good idea. I think it's a little tricky because we are doing all these things almost in German, but the website will be in English too, so that you can get the information. It's in the digital or no. I'm sorry, I need to switch to the English version for you. Discover the university. You will find all our offers, and there's the study try week, which is digital this year, and I will post some information here within the next days because I need to prepare the website. You can get an idea of what we will offer on the German website now, and day by day I will fill the English version as well, so that you can get all the information from this website as well. And of course, here the video walks through the university could be interesting for you. So if you are on the website in the area studies, I'm sorry, studies, and in this, I switched to English, it's easier. So studies, discover the university, and study try week. So you will find all the important information. Okay, I think, we've got only 2 minutes left. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. I think it's just an overview. So if you have any more questions, get in contact with me. You can see it, my email address on the website. So feel free to write a private message to me to this email address shown on the website, and we can answer questions we couldn't do here. Okay, so I hope you will have a good time, and I'm happy to present the university, and I hope for you that next year this will take place in Tokyo. So have a nice evening, and Jane.